We haven't seen each other properly for a little while because of
horrible.
stupid summer.
Summer holidays has been keeping us apart.
I know.
And we just haven't done enough videos.
We haven't. We've been a bit slack,
Don't
and
spend any time
we're sorry.
together.
I know. I'm sorry for that. I'm sorry that we haven't managed to get more videos out because we've got 5 kids between us, and summer, as much as I love it, it is cray cray.
As much as I love it, I don't love it.
Don't love it, but we do love it. No, we do.
We
You've
do.
just been on holiday with the boys. I've got a holiday coming up in a week or so. I'm also still working, and it's a real juggle. And we're
Oh
going
my
to talk
gosh,
about it more in
such
depth in a
juggle.
bit, aren't we?
Yeah, but first of all, we've got some seriously exciting news.
We do.
And it all started yesterday, but we didn't get on it yesterday. We could only get together today to tell you about it.
But that's
fine.
Better late than never.
Absolutely fine.
And in the
You've
summer,
got-
you're allowed to give yourself some slack when you're looking after the kids.
And it's also fine because it is a competition, but you've got till the 1st of September
But
to
what
get yourself in
competition?
there.
So Channel Mum, many of you may know that we're Channel Mum vloggers. We love being part of that little gang, but we're also...
It's not a gang, don't use the word gang.
That's a very good point.
It's a team.
It's a team, and we're part of a big, big village. House.
It really is.
Village.
Incredible.
Community.
It's one team. It's
One.
Do you know what? You can't knock it. I know there are some people that would love to knock it, but you cannot knock it because Channel Mum it's incredible.
It really
isn't
is.
All the vloggers who are in it, you have ups and downs, and even the people that aren't perhaps Channel Mum vloggers, you've got a problem, you've got something on your mind. It is
The
just
most amazing network.
incredible, supportive. There's always someone on the team in the group who's been through what you're going through.
If you haven't joined the Channel Mum Facebook group, you've got to do it because it's one of the loveliest Facebook groups I've ever been in. You know, you may have joined mum forums before, and there will always be mums that throw their judgment and do all of the usual crap.
It's not allowed in
It's
Channel
not. It's
Mum,
not
is it?
allowed. It's
It's not
simply you
allowed.
are shut down so quickly
By Lisa Lumb
by
and Raymond
gorgeous Lisa.
Mulrooney, who-
Yeah, well, they're in charge of just keeping it.
They
keeping
don't
it
have.
lovely.
They do not have bitching
No.
in that group.
It's not about censorship. It's about just creating a really lovely, safe, huggy place for mums to be able to vent, to be able to get advice, you know, all of those things. But we are digressing.
And how much do we need that?
We need it so much, especially in summer, which is why we're talking about this competition this morning. So Channel Mum, it started yesterday on the 7th, and every single week there's going to be a new giveaway.
Yes, she said every single week.
Every single week
Every single
until
week.
the 1st of September. And what could you win? Each week
Oh.
we're giving away, or we're not,
It's
Channel
not,
Mum
and
is.
this is not for the kids. This is
For you.
just about treating you. That's what I love about this competition. So many times on social media, you're giving away free nappies. You
Yeah.
get buy one get one free
Something
on
for the
baby
baby.
bottles.
It's always about the baby
Oh,
and
it's
the
all
kids.
about the kids, and summer holidays is all about the kids. Where should we go today? Let's
Yeah.
go to soft play. Let's go to the museum. I'll tell you what. Let's go to the park. Do you know what?
Tell you what, let's go to
Here's
the pub.
Something
No, can't
for
do that.
you.
Okay.
This
Well,
is something for you.
£50 Boots voucher, a
Love
£50 Primark voucher, and a £50 Lush voucher are being given away every single week. This is
Lush.
how you enter. You have to go and subscribe to the Channel Mum YouTube channel if you haven't already, and then go to channelmum.com and fill in the entry form. It's simple as that, and every single week you are in with a chance of winning this fabulous prize to treat yourself.
And I always think it's worth pointing out. Some people listen to you need to subscribe. And I've been asked, how much does it cost to subscribe? When you subscribe on
It's
YouTube,
free.
it's free. All you do is click the red button.
Speaking of which, have you subscribed to us yet, or have you just discovered us? Please subscribe to Hey Mummy. We'd love you to join
really
our
important.
wittering. We do.
If you don't
witter a bit.
subscribe, you could miss out on some of our drivelly chit-chats.
I'd like to think that it's a little bit more than drivel, or dribble even.
There's
But-
definitely some dribbly chit-chats. Come on.
So
be
please do
honest.
get involved with the competition because it's a really good one, and also get over to the Channel Mum Facebook group because, like we said, it's a really lovely, lovely place to be and get a little bit of support. I've seen some amazing stories in there, and I love seeing the support that mums get as well when they're having a tough day.
Yeah.
It's virtual hugs and people are meeting up as well.
And I
which is
felt
nice.
that as well because, yeah, being a mum has so many ups and downs.
And being a dad.
massive ups
We're
and
not
downs.
leaving the dads
being
out,
a parent. has so many ups and downs. And one day you can feel like you've just got everything sorted and you are cracking parenthood and your
you're mumming like a boss.
Are amazing. And the next day, everything can fall apart. If you get your kids to bed just 20 minutes too late one night, the next day is hellish.
Can I tell you what I did last night?
Tell me.
So yesterday I had one of those. I was having a bit of a blue day. It's a little bit. It was a cheat. I cheated at bedtime. I just had a long day. I'd worked till late the night before. Hadn't been able to catch up on sleep.
Are you going to say something awful so like you medicated your kids?
No. I didn't medicate my kids.
Don't say it out loud.
I got them in the car and I went out and drove Ivy to sleep because I couldn't handle story time and bedtime. We started it.
Fine. Do you know what? That is fine.
Okay.
Are you a mum that has never ever done that? Tell me, if you've got your kid to school age and you've never driven your kid off to sleep, well, there's your high five right there, because I cannot do that. And I do not know a mum that hasn't driven her kids.
I mean, we were in bed, we were doing bedtime, we had the stories, and Ivy was being a little beep. She'd already hit me in the face with it was that kind of just moment where she was not tired. She hadn't had a sleep that day. She was crazy, just bouncing off the walls. And Tilda was trying to hang off the top of the bunk bed. And I'm like, get back up there, we'll do your stories in a minute. I was trying to do it so low.
We all know that moment, don't we?
Yeah, and I was just like, I can't do this. And I went, right, guys, road trip, and got them in the car. Ivy was out like a light after a few loops of the local area.
2 hours later,
and that was
Tilda dropped off.
No, I said Tilda. I didn't manage to get her to.
By the time Katie got to Edinburgh,
but it meant that I just came back in. I did story time with her because this is it. This isn't just summer, but it is a bit like that at the moment.
Sometimes your sanity. And actually, I am a real believer in. You have to. Hi, Cheryl. I've taken my kids for a drive.
Yes, we're live right now. Oh, Cheryl, I'm so pleased.
That's somebody coming in on our live video to say yes.
Yeah.
She's done it too. And there must be so few parents that have never, ever done that.
I used to do it to get them to sleep a lot before for their daytime naps and stuff, but I haven't sort of got halfway through bedtime and then just done it.
I am a believer in sometimes we're like pressure cookers and I can feel it when...
Bubbling.
My steam's
that was it.
And actually, how much better to pick your kid up, pop them in the car, put a little bit of calming music on. I go to Classic FM, and then and just drive. You are calm, they are calm. There's
seats in between you.
It's got to be a better bedtime than the one where you are getting angry and they are.
I was at that level.
Abusing you.
This was it. Ivy before she had a wand that she started poking me through the back of the car seat, so that was like I nearly snapped that, but I was already back into I'm starting to calm down.
I saw that one in front of the car today when we went for
that was
drive earlier.
That was it. That was the one that got confiscated.
See, I looked at that and thought, oh, how sweet. Katie's been.
No, it was a weapon. It was Ivy's weapon.
Magic.
I was trying to.
Wafting some
and the other thing yesterday, I let everything slide. That was my other confession this week. Oh, Lumdy Dum says, it says summer, which I assume you know. Oh, summer. Oh, Lumdy Dums, no, I didn't know that. I will correct that.
Spelling mistake.
Spelling mistake, I know. So we did this lovely place called the Magic Garden at Hampton Court on Saturday. If you're in that area, go to it. It's gorgeous. It's not too expensive either. Yeah.
Gorgeous.
And then we also we did soft play on the Sunday, this mad big soft play. And then yesterday, I just went, I'm out. I can't do anything today. I'm done. And we had a real lazy TV. I let them play in the garden.
Do you know what though? Why are you feeling bad about that? It's just not something to feel bad about. We had a discussion earlier that we said, God, we should have filmed that one. There's so many times when we have a really good chat and then we wish we'd filmed it and shared it.
I know.
But actually, we were saying earlier how it's so easy to feel like you have to do something amazing every single day of the summer holidays.
I must parent all the time.
Where are we going today? Crikey, it's raining. We're going to go to soft play. We're going to go to a museum. We're going to go to the Tank Museum. We're going to go to...
And then I'm going to post about it on Facebook and show everyone what great parenting I'm doing all the time.
But why is it not great parenting? Sometimes... to fill the dishwasher and let the kids amuse themselves.
Get a load of washing on.
Let them work out how to entertain themselves at home in their home environment. And my kids, we went on holiday last week, which I'll tell you about a little bit about that in a minute. But we went on holiday last week, and then yesterday I was trying to organise the activity of the day. And Diggory just looked at me and said, Mum, can I just have a bit of time at home? And I thought,
Yeah.
God, let's just do that. Yeah. Why do I always feel like I've got to arrange something amazing? And actually sometimes that amazing thing is just playing with the Lego.
Lisa's just messaged to say that her little one got a 2nd-degree burn in the 2nd week of the summer holiday. You poor thing.
That.
We did see the
you put the picture on social. A little video, didn't they?
Oh, that's a tough one. You know, again, one of those burns, one of those situations, you then blame yourself. You go through all those, you know, you feel awful, and then your kids obviously got a burn, and you're having to.
But once again, really, really normal. Yeah. I don't think I might be goading an accident now. But I don't think I've ever got through any holiday that's not half term where we haven't ended up in A&E.
Yeah.
There's been Lego up the nose, there's been broken arms, broken legs. What else have we had?
Lisa says she felt like the worst parent ever.
You won't see these comments in our video if you're not watching live, by the way.
Yeah.
Because we are live, these comments.
If you're watching again later.
That's why we're just talking to someone who's not there.
Well, we kind of do that sometimes. But my friend's kid, we were over at a play date at their house for the day, and bless her, she's such a gorgeous little girl, and she has special needs. She went flying out the trampoline, the zippers undone, and she went out.
My niece did that once.
We all just had the vomitous tummy through, you know, out your mouth. But she cut behind her ear, and she, as far as we know, is okay. Her mummy said that she's fine, but it was just one of those things where you just think
so much worse.
And every single one of us, I'm sure, was kicking ourselves that we hadn't, you know, checked the zip for that 1 minute. But they're in and out. They're in and out. They're in and out.
Every accident, you just cannot stop every accident.
Yeah.
And I think there are certain places where you've got to be on them the whole time, like in a swimming pool. Let's face it, summer holidays, guys, you're going to be out at swimming pools.
Eyes on kids.
That's where there's just no excuse. You've got to keep your eyes on your kids. And there's certainly certain things where I just think, come on, be a parent, full-time parent. Sun cream's the other one. I've just been on holiday and watching kids burn, or even parents, adults. Come on, we have so much information about UVA, UVB, skin cancer nowadays. Don't burn, don't let your kids burn. It's not
just about having that burn that day. It's that whole, once you're burned, you are, I can't remember what the percentage is, but you are upping your risk of skin cancers and things like that. That's your kid's future as well, whether something happens to you. So I
think there are some things.
We've gone on to a bit of a public service message here. Didn't mean to do that. We were just talking about summer in general.
But talk about your summer then. So next week you're going away to
Lisa says
Ireland.
sun cream's her pet hate. My kids always catch the sun with my parents and it drives me bonkers. I know, and it's really hard to get the sun cream on them because our childminder was devastated the other day because Tilda got a little red burn there. And I said, look, listen, I know you tried. It is so hard to get the sun cream on her in the first place.
And that is different to the parent that lets their kid go bright red.
She was so upset about it, but it was fine. You know, it's one of those things that you're just trying to get sun cream on your kids. It's hard work.
But we are going to do a sun cream. We've got a bit of a sun cream blog post coming up, which I've had going since last year, but I probably will get it out this year.
But also, every kid has a different reaction. Like I've always championed ultrasun, but I know people whose kids they've needed to they should have reapplied more, like and same with other, you know, everyone will say, oh, I've used this one. I'm saying, well, my kids' eyes stream with that one.
Itchy, sorry about that.
Oh, sometimes I'm picking.
It's not on your. It's not on Katie's.
What's this here?
Because I've had enough talking about sun cream. Tell us about your holiday. So where are you going next week?
We're going to. I was going to say Spain. We're not. We're going to Ireland. We're off to West Cork, and yeah, I can't wait. It's just going to be kicking about in boats and shorts and t-shirts, minimal makeup, in the pub.
Let's hope for some good weather.
When I say in the pub, it's an Irish pub, which means all the kids are in there. And I mean, they're in there till like 9 o'clock at night, and it is not frowned upon. That's my kind of holiday.
Ireland is just incredible. I think Ireland is that place where even when it's raining, it's incredibly beautiful and it's okay.
When it's wet and wild,
because we talked about this earlier. I've been out to Ireland a few times, and yeah, it's wet, it's windy, it's wild, and that is fine.
Great.
It's not like here where
and you run into the pub from the wind and the rain, and you all sit and you have fish chowder and toasties
and walking boots.
And there'll be some. I mean, it is so Irish. Where we go in West Cork, there is Jimmy O'Burke with his squeeze box, and everyone starts singing along, and everyone has a song. So I have a song.
Can I come?
Everyone has a. You've got to have a song.
I've got a song.
You've got a song that the people will want to sing along with you in the pub. It's kind of part and parcel of...
Doesn't matter if they don't. I'll carry on singing anyway after a few drinks. I'd never even noticed if anyone was singing along with me or not.
It's that kind of lovely holiday. So I'm really looking forward to that. Unfortunately, Fred can't make it out for the whole thing. Hopefully he's going to make it out for some of it, but just because of work, he's just going to be a bit tied up. But my parents will be there, so that'll be good. And Anna's just got back from...
I have just got back. I've just been in Vasiliki. Yeah, I took the boys. Guy and I have separated.
Emma wants a rendition of the song. Sorry, let me just jump over that.
I might give you a rendition at the end. I might sing you out, sing the video out. Guy and I told the boys just before the summer holidays that we are separating, which, as you can imagine, has been really, really tough. And yeah, it's been a long time coming. We've given it absolutely everything we possibly can.
You can't say that you haven't tried everything.
And we just can't, and it's got to the point where I think it is best for the boys that we're not together. So I really decided after that I needed to do something for the kids that was just about happy times. And I just thought, this is going to be a bit of a sad time in, you know, all of our memories. In the future, what can I do to really plant a really happy memory of a happy trip, even if it's more expensive than I can afford at the moment? What can I do? And I just said to the boys, right, Mummy and Daddy are going to be spending this time separately over the summer. Where in the world would you love to go with Mummy on holiday? And
Disneyland, Florida. No.
Do you know what? I'd have been stuck. They could have said anything, and I'd have then not been able to do it. They could have said safari in Africa. Yeah. They could have said Australia. We want to see koala bears. Yeah. We want to see koala bears in Australia, but they didn't. They all said we've been a couple of times to a water sports holiday in Vasiliki, in Greece, and it's been incredible. And it's been the only time that Kids Clubs has ever worked for me on holiday, because they've been doing water sports, and my boys love being on the water. And I thought, right, I'll do everything I can to pull that together, and I managed to put it together. And it was a massive step for me, taking the boys on holiday on my own. I felt every emotion you can imagine before that holiday and during that holiday. There were moments of, oh, I can do this.
Yeah, I am woman, hit me raw.
I felt like Wonder Woman some moments.
Yeah.
And I
were you singing Katy Perry? That can be your song that you can sing in a minute.
It was her. It was everything. And I would take them out for dinner, and some moments I'd feel really empowered and I feel like I'd got it. And then there were also the moments where I was having to separate my three boys from having a fight, and then they would be angry with me. And at the moment, sometimes because they can't understand their feelings properly, it is coming out. I'm their safe place, and it's coming out in a horrible outburst at me. And actually that's really, really tough. And those are the moments where I felt like I was being knifed in the chest and really, really struggling. So it was a roller coaster of a holiday, but do you know what? We did it. We created some amazing memories. We've got some fabulous pictures. I've done a little vlog, so as soon as I can bodge it together, because as you know, I'm not a great editor.
Don't worry, I'll have a go at it. But Lisa, by the way, has just said that she's got loads of songs, so she'll come do karaoke with us.
Some single mum songs.
We need a vlogger night out. Doesn't have to be a Channel Mum one, just a Hey Mummy one.
We had a weekend here, didn't we? We need to organise that before I don't have this house anymore. But yeah, it was a good holiday. It was amazing for the boys, and I'm really glad I did it. It was out of my comfort zone.
Yeah.
And I know that I've taken them aboard, all three boys, on my own, which I have actually travelled with them on my own before, but this was quite a big thing to go for a week.
It is a big thing, and it's a big monumental milestone for you, and yeah, and you haven't just sat around and wallowed over the summer, and you've marked it with something special. And
it was tough, and we got some great pictures to remember our first holiday abroad together with Mummy on her own. So yeah, we've done that, and holidays are working. It's not ever going to be a time I look back and wish I could be back. This year I am gonna write it off, but we're getting through it, and it's fine, and the kids are doing relatively
Emma wants to know, what did you bring on the flight to keep the boys entertained?
Well, I'll tell you what I didn't bring. Forgot iPads.
Oh!
So we had to go old school. We actually didn't even forget all the iPads. We forgot.
Did you have one? Oh God,
so bad. But do you know what? Actually,
Which just means fights between the siblings, basically, doesn't it?
Well, that's what you would think. But actually, it was an incredible thing because it meant that for 3 hours, I couldn't rely on technology to entertain my kids. And it made me think about how easy it is as a parent in this day and age when you can't deal with it. You give it, well, it wasn't even our parents, because when I had Rocco, and we did long haul flights with Rocco before he had an iPad.
God, with no iPads.
And I would entertain him for 8 hours to Thailand. We went to South Africa. I did all those flights and I literally entertained him from start to finish. I got the stickers out, then I got magnets out, then I got toy cars out. Then we did drawing, then we did, you know, you name it, we had it. We had those water pictures and this, that and the other. And this took me back to that point because we were an iPad down on the flight. We played Uno, we played Snap, we played Hangman, we played...
every paper game under
rock,
the sun.
paper, scissors. We did everything, and actually, how amazing!
That was for the first hour, done.
You know,
and then,
3 hours of bonding and actually communicating with my kids instead of me reading a book and them on an iPad. And what a wonderful thing that was to actually think, God, we haven't played this game. I can't remember playing with you.
Oh, well, I've got to do it next week.
Animal, vegetable, mineral water. Animal, vegetable, mineral. And we played that for ages on the flight, and it was such a pleasure. And we giggled and we laughed and we poked each other and we were, and it was great. And we wouldn't have had that if we'd had all the iPads. Yeah. So actually, brilliant bonding time with the boys.
Well, I've got to keep Ivy occupied next week. Ivy is not a child that will just sit and do anything for a long period of time, really. So I know
she's iPad savvy though, isn't she?
She's iPad savvy.
She's better on an iPad
but she understands YouTube Kids now. But she doesn't understand that there's no Wi-Fi on a plane. So trying to explain that to her and download stuff.
But she doesn't want YouTube Kids. She wants...
No. Tilda started on that.
She wants YouTube Adults.
This is what Tilda wants now. That's a whole other conversation. We'll talk about that another time.
YouTube.
But chat. Tilda, but Ivy, I'm going to have to be walking up and down the aisle with her. I know it. It's just going to be... She'll want to climb the seats. Last time on the way back from Spain, I was nearly in tears because actually, I did cry a little bit because the air hostess comes along and she wants Ivy in her seatbelt. And I said, I've tried to get Ivy in her... This on landing. I said, I've tried to get Ivy in her seatbelt about 3 or 4 times. She can stand up and she's out of it in one swift movement. And she says, well, what... She was a bit of a bitch, I'm sorry, but this airline, she was. And she sort of leaned in and she went, well, do you want me to go and tell the pilot that we can't land the plane because your child's not in her seatbelt? And that's when my eyes filled up. And I just went, I've tried. So I was really tired as well. Ivy had chicken pox on holiday. It was one of those holidays, and she was clear of it, by the way, by the time we were on the plane again. And she could slip straight out of it. And I said, can you just give me one of those ones that goes around her tummy, that goes on my... And she said, sorry, she's too old for that. Anyway, she comes back and does them. Now, we're going to go on common sense with this one. I've spoken to the pilot and we are going to let you do the belt. As if like she was doing the big thing for me. And I was like, yeah, that would be great. Thank you. And it was she's just really hard work in those situations.
You know what? Here's an interesting tip that I had at exactly Ivy's age. I had a friend of mine had 2 boys just one step ahead of me. And I can remember her saying to me when I was going on a long haul flight and I was like, oh my gosh, a 2-year-old on a long haul flight, what am I going to do? And she said, do not let that kid find his feet. And I was like, what do you mean? And she said, the minute you let that child know that they can undo their seatbelt and get out, you've lost your battle. Because you will not persuade that child that they have to be back in a seatbelt. It's like in a car, there's no option in the car, is there? Once they're seatbelted in, it doesn't come off. So they don't actually ask to get the seatbelt off. But that's the thing, as soon as she stands up and knows she can get out of it, actually, you know, it did actually work for me. Because then I took a wriggling boy on a flight and I made a point of not undoing that seatbelt. And as soon as he got angsty, I bought the next thing out of my bag. And it really is, and I know that there must be parents screaming at this video going, why can't your kid just sit still? Because actually, you shouldn't have to entertain your child from start to finish on a flight. I disagree with that.
You kind of have to.
Because I've been that parent who...
Ivy would be climbing on the seats, tapping the people on the head in front of me, so I have to...
I'll have 5 kids around me on a flight because their parents haven't bought one thing. And this isn't me saying I'm so perfect, but how can you ever be a parent taking a 2-year-old on a flight and not take 60 things in your bag? If you've got a wriggling kid, take some things to entertain them. Do not expect that you can entertain them walking up and down the aisle, because you can't. It doesn't work. Be an organised parent, and you always get a piece of hand luggage for them. Make that hand luggage. I've never used to pack hand luggage for me because I knew that my whole...
fingers crossed, I was surprised.
Sorry, we're getting comments coming up on the screen because it's live. Yeah, I really believe that you need to just pack to entertain your kids for that flight, because you can't... I've seen, there was one mum, I think I spoke to you after the flight, and just said, I found it heartbreaking because the mum was getting cross with her child because she was so bored she had nothing to do and she was causing trouble. And the mum was going, will you just sit still? Sit still! Just stop it! Leave me alone! And the mum was trying to read her book, and I thought...
No, well, she's not gonna...
Get something out of your bag for your kid! And in the end, I ended up looking after her kid as well as my own, because I had so much stuff in my bags. But yeah, you do. We do. We take everything. I'm not saying that's
not
me saying
I know, but we do take everything. And after a while, life is just over it. But Ireland's a short flight. It's going to be up in the air and down again, so I'm not too worried about that. You know, Spain was 3 hours, so.
But then there also is crying babies as well. I've done that where, oh my gosh, you've got screaming babies and you can't stop. And again, we had the air stewardess came up to me as soon, I can't remember which boy it was that was screaming, and whether it was ears popping on the way up or down. It was baby screaming. She came up to me and said, have you got anything in your bag that I could get you down for the baby? So she was implying that I was going to give my kids Calpol or whatever medication I might have in my bag to stop them crying. And I'm like, I'm really sorry, you're going to have babies on a flight that cry. And it's as simple as that.
I think the moral of this, the moral of this video is cut yourself a little bit of slack during the summer holidays, and be prepared on flights, and
tell us what your experiences are on a flight or on a holiday. Have you had that hellish flight where your kid won't sit down?
Or vomited over somebody?
That happened on the way back from Greece. One poor mum, I think the baby must have been about 1, and projectiled all up the arse. She tried to stand up with the baby at the same time the vomit came out. It went everywhere. The whole plane stank of sick.
Oh God. If someone else was sick that close to me though, I'd be sick.
Then the baby was naked, obviously peaking a fever. It was a poorly kid. Peaking a fever, so she had her just in a nappy, in the baby Bjorn, out of the baby Bjorn, everything, jiggling this kid up, trying to get this kid off to sleep. And oh my gosh, my heart bled for this kid. I was like,
and for the mum.
Let me have your baby. Everything will be fine, I'll take it. But yeah, write a comment below if you've had that holiday from hell, or chicken pox on holiday. You've had that as well. It's really tough when you go on holiday, and
especially because Ivy couldn't go in the pool, and suddenly it's like, but that's what we've come on holiday for. Disastrous. Anyway, it was fine. She was actually really good with it, bless her. We only had one rough night where she stayed up the entire night.
Do also tell us if you've had a great holiday as well.
Yeah. Are you bossing it? Are you having
holidays from hell?
Are you all over it? Exactly. Are you having the most amazing summer? Are your kids being absolute angels? Because I won't be jealous. I'll be really glad to hear that it's possible.
Oh, do you know what?
Like a unicorn.
We had an angel child on our holiday.
Which one?
Mum actually told me. The mum actually came up at the end and had a pop at one of my kids, and I did point out that there had been a little bit of two-way stuff going on. My child was not an angel, but then she kind of went on in so many words, so it was a little bit more padded out, to tell me that her little angel was perfect. To which I said, look, I am the first person to agree. I've got 3 boys. Yeah. That is crazy chemistry going on right there. They rough and tumble. They communicate physically. Yes, it's wild in our house.
No child is perfect.
But there is not even an only child that's never communicated with another child their age because they've been homeschooled, whatever the situation is, there's no perfect child in the world. I don't believe it.
There is not. Simple as that. And children are manipulative little monkeys as well. You know, I've seen it. You think your kid's being really good, and then you sort of hear them say something under their breath, and you're like, what did you just say?
Or I think this kid was I'm going to push him in the pool, and then when he pushes me back, I'm going to cry for 6 hours, and then everyone's going to feel sorry for me.
And then my mum, that's a whole other video as well.
But she told my kid off, and that's what made me rear up. I wasn't bad. I really wasn't.
Well, listen, let's save that for another video, and just remind you to enter the Channel Mum competition. So go to channelmum.com and enter the prize giveaway, which way you could win each week.
Boots vouchers, £50 Primark vouchers, and £50 to spend at Lush.
Think about every
single week. It's not just once. Every single week
until the
1st of September.
Amazing.
Just subscribe to their YouTube channel,
to
subscribe to ours, go on our Facebook, like our Facebook, go on our Instagram, go on our Twitter.
And we'll try and get a few more videos out this month because we have been a little bit slag, and we apologise for that.
Because we haven't done a video for a while. We've got a lot to say, as you can
tell. We've done half an hour.
60 hours in
thanks to those of you that have joined us for this one live. And obviously, if you are watching on repeat, then please do leave us a comment. We'd love to hear from you.
More than one comment.
And right, should we
fill up our comments?
Okay, stop. I'm gonna press.
Bye. Oh, I've got another thing to say.